So here's a quick lesson on Let Your Troubles Roll by Carbon Leaf. It's my objective to teach you not only what the chords are, but how to practice them so that you can get good at switching between these two chords. I also want to show you what all these symbols mean. So let's start there. If you've gotten this far, you've logged into your Noteflight account and you're looking at the sheet music right now. So this diagram, as I explained to you in class, shows you where to put your fingers. This X at the top is over the open E string, the low E string, the fat E string. So that means don't play it. This O over the A string means that that string will be open and you should play that string. These dots mean that you should put your finger there. This is the first fret and this is the second fret. So there are dots on the D string, G string, and B string. So it doesn't really specify which fingers you should put there. So you can either put your first finger all the way down across all three, or you can put your first finger here, second finger here, and third finger here. Doesn't matter. The E string is open. That's fine. Now, on the D chord, you can see that there are X's over the E string and the A string. That means don't play either of those strings. Mute them. You are supposed to play the open D string though. And then I suggest that you put your first finger here on the G string, your third finger on the B string in the third fret, and your second finger on the E string in the second fret. So what's the rest of this stuff? Well, the rest of this stuff is traditional notation. We're going to get to this stuff a little later in the course. But this is something you should be able to understand right away. This 0 is a representation of the open A string. These 6 lines are all of the 6 strings on your guitar. This low one down here is the E string, but since you don't play it, there's no number on it. This is the A string, and since it's supposed to be played open, there's an O there, there's a 0 there, just like this. Now, these 2s are all on the D string, G string, and B string. That's just like this diagram up here. And that's the way this A chord is supposed to be played. Now, the D chord up here has nothing on the E string and the A string, and the D string is open. There it is. And this is the second fret on the G string, third fret on the B string, and second fret on the E string. So when you hit play, this will play for you. And there will also be a synced YouTube video that goes along with it so you can hear what it sounds like. So there's an A chord for 4 beats and a D chord. So what I'd suggest you do is simply play the open A string first, then play the open D string, and just get used to that going back and forth. 2, 3, 4. Try to get your timing together. And once you have that together, once you can do that, then try to play the A string along with the second fret on the D string, just those 2 notes at the same time. And then switch to the open D string and the second fret on the G string at the same time. That'll sound like this. Back to the A, then to the D. I'm playing both of those strings. And then gradually add the next note. So there's the first 3 notes. And there's the full A chord there. Now if you want to play the E on top of that, you can. That open E up at the top in this is optional. You can play it or not. The D chord is the same way. Continue adding notes until you can do the whole thing. Now, you can also go to YouTube and play along with this song. Just Google search Carbon Leaf, Let Your Troubles Roll By, and you can play along with the YouTube video. The great thing about playing it along with the YouTube video is that you can go into settings and change the playback speed. So I'm going to be here now at 75%. Notice that it's slower. So this might be a little easier for you to handle. If that's still too fast, you can go down here, choose playback speed at half. Way slower. So adjust the speed as you see fit. Also, you can go to a new tab in Google and type metronome. And a metronome will come up and you can hit play. And you'll hear a metronome going. And you can adjust it in beats per minute to be whatever tempo you want to practice your song. That ought to do it. You can print this out if you want. You can go back to edit and you can go to print under score. So if you don't want to be staring at a computer screen and you still want to study this piece, you can print the full score and a PDF will be waiting for you to print. And you can just send it to your printer if you have one. And if you don't have a printer, but you know somebody who does, you can go in here and you can export this as a PDF. And if you export it as a PDF, you can then take that file and share it with whomever you want to, who has a printer, or you can send it to yourself at school, and when you're at school you can print it off on a school printer. When you've got your song all good and learned, you can head on over to BandLab and make your recording. Have fun!